Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late, dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate, took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race, people's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight. Stopping in, we've been tapping in. We ain't never late, dropping gems, we've been locking in. Now let's elevate, took else to win, running laps again. This is steady race, people's champ, boy, yeah, you know I've been the heavyweight.
Hey.
We really gotta find out if that was on point. Because I'm just picturing like me doing that. It's like it's got like the wrong beat going on.
I love the doodle.
Welcome back. This is part 3 of episode 72. We hitting the playground because the playground is where I spend most of my days.
Hey.
But we said we were going with football first, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. We go ahead. I think it's less to talk about in football.
Even though like we're in the heat of the playoffs, like we're getting ready, we're literally one game away from finding out who's playing in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we'll go football first. I like football first.
I mean, first on the docket is like what we can get to is the Kansas City Chiefs wound up taking out Trevor Lawrence and the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm. Good run for the Jags, though. Good run for the Jags.
It was pretty solid. It's just like the Chiefs are the Chiefs. Even though I still feel like...
And the Jags are the Jags.
I was like, why don't you guys just guard Travis Kelce? He seems to be the only person who can do anything on the offense. Like...
You know how I feel? I feel like this team is super guardable and people just won't guard them. Like, there's not the premier running back. I know Pacheco's been, like, coming on strong, but it's like I don't believe that Andy Reid's confidence is fully into Pacheco. You got a bunch of receivers that have proven to be guardable. So, like, I'm going to say one of you guys have to beat me, and I'm going to take away the Travis Kelce factor. And they never did that. They just let that man run up the field like old school Gronk and do whatever he wanted to do.
I feel like that's the way I feel watching the NFL, period. Because I remember, like, I would watch the Panthers, and I'd be like, it's just Christian McCaffrey.
Right.
Like, why are you guys letting Christian McCaffrey do anything? He should be the whole game plan.
Right.
Is this, like, when I play Madden, spotlight this person, and it's like I'm playing for, you know, to keep this under wraps. And it's like, I feel like nobody does that in the NFL. Like, everybody, like, coaches are just like, no, this is our game plan. This is our scheme. This is what we do. So, like, this is it or whatever.
Give me a bunch of money to coach bad football.
And Patrick Mahomes came out.
Patrick Beverly?
My fault.
Okay, Barbara.
Sorry. Patrick Mahomes came out, looked Trevor Lawrence in the eyes, of, man, get out my way. Watch out as I come through. But I'm just like, so the Chiefs will be seeing this week, they'll be seeing the Cincinnati Bengals, who took out the Buffalo Bills, the favorites to get to and possibly win the Super Bowl. And Joe Cool.
Your boy looking a lot like Dak, man.
That is a crazy comparison. Josh Allen looks like Dak. This was supposed to be a repeat of the Hamlin game.
Stephon Diggs, he'll agree.
I mean, do you want to start with that? Go start with that first.
All right, Stephon Diggs spaz on his quarterback on the sideline. What did he finish with for stats? Did he even have a catch?
Stephon Diggs? If you want to keep going, I'll look it up.
Yeah, so, well, ultimately there's video of him yelling at Josh Allen. It doesn't look like Josh Allen really yells back, but he's clearly articulating frustration in the way the game is going and the fact that he's not getting the ball. Like, I'm literally helping you win games, and now today we need some big plays, and I'm not getting thrown the ball. It was also reported that Stephon Diggs got into the locker room fully dressed and grabbed all his stuff and left before the coaches even got into the locker room. And I guess like a third-string running back or somebody grabbed him, made him come back in. He did go back in, and he stayed all of 3 to 5 minutes and walked back out before everybody else.
Stephon Diggs had 4 receptions and 35 yards.
Sheesh.
Josh Allen had 265 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception.
So who had the majority of those yards?
The receiving yards, Dawson Knox. 5 receptions for 65 yards. And then Khalil Shakir had 2 receptions for 40 yards. He's a rookie wide receiver.
Yeah, I know.
To be fair, the Bengals did exactly what we just said. We are not going to let Stephon Diggs beat you.
Yes.
And also Gabe Davis, who's been, I mean, he's Danny Phantom.
We're going to go over-under on Stephon. We have somebody who we believe can take away Gabe Davis. We're not threatened by your running game. Like, yeah, we know Josh is going to take off every now and again. We'll stay underneath that, and we're comfortable with that because you're not going to run yourself into a victory. You're going to have to make a play that leads you into other big runs, and they made Buffalo fold.
Meanwhile, on the opposite end of the field, Joe Burrow couldn't have looked less bothered. Mm-hmm. Like that boy. So I hope he's watched this right now.
It looked like he was smoking a cigar.
My guy Pythagoras. We have this thing where we talk about like when a quarterback is just like they don't care what's going on, they just throwing it, and it's a famous Drake line: "Eyes closed, just swinging," and it's just like he's out there just slanging. Touchdown at the he had 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm.
He got the dope video now that everybody keeps sharing with him throwing the ball and spinning at the same time.
He spun,
and oddly, nobody's knowing that left arm is bending way too far, like it bends both ways. Watch the video again and watch that other elbow. It's just like, bro, did somebody forcefully break your arm the other way?
Very reminiscent of when we were talking about LeBron and the House Party movie where he threw it, turned around, and was just like, call the cops.
Literally. Literally.
One of the big things is, I guess, the Buffalo Bills were already pre-selling tickets to the next week's game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
And what was Joe Burrow's response?
I can't remember. It's just like
he did an interview at the end.
I know, I saw. I just can't remember what he said.
Whole lot of people need to get refunds.
That's what it was.
Whole lot of people need to get refunds.
Woo!
Yeah, and then I don't like this is completely irrelevant, but now you have all this news about a DeMar Hamlin clone being at the game and all. Yeah, there's.
I haven't even heard this one.
Yeah, it's like I'm not even gonna entertain it. But yeah, he was at the game. He was like in the press box with his son supporting the game, and then people find every way to be rude and was like, "Oh, Buffalo lost by 3 touchdowns." A tribute to DeMar Hamlin. And it was just like, y'all don't got no chill.
Where's
y'all
the
don't
class?
got no chill. Yeah, right. Like stuff like that makes your team lose the next game. So be mindful of what you're putting out in that energy. But
I mean, the questions only go from here on. Is like, what happens with this Buffalo team? Like, Stephon Diggs was obviously very visibly upset.
He's gone.
You think he's gone?
Mm-hmm.
You wanna put a wager on that?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, it's like,
I don't think it's one of the. I think it's one of those, like, I'm pissed at the way that things ended, and I'm pissed at like this, and this. But like, we're gonna gear up, and next year we better be doing things like a certain way. Right. Like, I don't think it's one of those situations where like it's so.
It doesn't work out the first year. All right, shame on you. It doesn't work out the second time. Shame on me. Doesn't work out the third time. Shame on everybody. All right, like
I feel like football's not like that.
Fam, I think it is because I feel like you only have so many opportunities to get these shots at a Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, so even if you won the Super Bowl, they have Super Bowl hangover, and they have situations where teams never get back.
The Los Angeles Rams.
Teams never get back. So it's just like, how many real chances is Buffalo really going to have with Stephon Diggs playing the way that he's playing as he continues to get older year by year to where he has a legitimate shot to compete for a Super Bowl when they're blowing chances that they should be winning?
But, all right, so then if you take it from that point of view, right?
Uh-huh.
So then if you're Stephon Diggs, what you want to do is you want to go to a team that is also a Super Bowl contender, right?
Mm-hmm.
What team could he go to that's better than the Buffalo Bills?
The Raiders.
What team could he go to that's better than the Buffalo Bills? Like the Chiefs?
He could go to the Chiefs.
But he can't. Like, they don't have the money for him.
The Eagles.
They don't have the money for him either. They already got A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, but they need Diggs for it.
Tennessee.
Tennessee's better than the Buffalo Bills?
I mean, they were a lot better team when they had A.J. Brown. What do you think they would do with a Stephon Diggs? They should have never got rid of A.J. Brown.
So you think that instead of Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, or whatever, you go, let me go Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry, Stephon Diggs?
Ugh. Yeah.
Try again.
Yeah. The Dolphins.
I don't think we have the money for him either.
Trades. Ravens.
Is Lamar coming back?
That's the question.
There's been a lot of reports about like Lamar. It sounds to me like that brother gone.
Cowboys?
I don't know if they have the money for him either, but like Cowboys, you trading Josh Allen for Dak?
No. No.
So if you're going anywhere, you have to go to a premier quarterback.
Yep.
And like most of the premier quarterbacks, like we're seeing right now, we have Jalen Hurts. Their team's pretty much secure at wide receiver. You have Joe Burrow. Their team is really secure at wide receiver. Patrick Mahomes is the only one that does not have a number one. I don't know if they can afford him. They just had Tyreek Hill. So, like, I don't know.
What about Minnesota?
Minnesota, you're going back to Kirk Cousins?
Yeah, nah. I mean, they got Justin now, though. But
because before it was him and Thielen.
Right.
And then he left.
Thielen is a shell of himself, bro.
Oh, bro, he's like 36 years old. That brother's old as hell.
Dang, really?
He's mad old. Like, he's definitely, like, he should have been retired. But he produces.
No, he doesn't. I had him on my fantasy team.
I had him in a dynasty league, and that brother was.
It just sounds good. The boys must be different over there.
They were. It was PPR. Not helping reception.
Yeah, the brother was not helping me at all. But yeah, I strongly believe that he's not gonna be here. I think he's frustrated. I feel like this is not the first time this has happened this season, and it's justifiable because every time he has one of these moments, they force feed him the ball the next game, and he produces and has a crazy game, and they win unanimously. And now here I am saying again, give me the ball, and I'm not getting it. Like, just give me a chance at the ball.
Eli Apple, clamps.
Yo.
Sorry.
Yo, Eli Apple was wilding too, man.
He's been wilding.
Yeah, I'm talking about with the tweets.
He's about to get flame broiled.
That man said Cancun on 3 with the heart hands. I was like, crazy. these brothers don't got no chill, fam. No chill at all. So just like, come on, Eli. I like you because you're Ohio State Buckeye. You know what I mean? But you've been getting cooked for a little minute, man. Time. So don't be acting like you ain't had no help over there at the Bengals. It's not like you locked Stephon Diggs down by yourself, fam. So
if we move over to the NFC, we have the number 1 seed Philadelphia Eagles, who just finished beating the the New York Giants.
Yep. Understatement.
Yeah, the Eagles look like the Eagles. There was a lot of, what's Jalen Hurts going to look like? Is he going to be here? Is his throwing arm? Everything on Jalen Hurts looked fine. It looked pretty fine.
That boy looked Madden cover worthy.
Everything looked A-okay in my book. Like I was watching it.
That man was dotting it out there, dotting it. And then when he wasn't dotting it, that man was scrambling something crazy. Like, oh, let me get over here right quick, get this first.
Like, it looked like a scrimmage. Like, that's what it looked. It looked like they were like, oh, we're just trying to get the kinks out.
Yes.
Because not only did he come back, Lane Johnson came back.
Yep.
And I believe there was like someone on defense that also like had been missing for quite some time. And it's like they just looked elite at all levels.
Devontae Smith looks super comfortable. Super comfortable. At a young age, he looks super
I'm wondering if he's the best number 2 receiver in the league. Like, I was like, Jalen Waddle, baby.
Bro.
T. Higgins.
Is he the number 2, though?
A.J. Brown is definitely the number 1 of that team. That's not even a question.
It depends on the day, though.
No, because you can look at the numbers. Like, that's the whole point of the numbers.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like
I did have A.J. Brown on my squad. He was going ham. But he was going ham.
He
was going ham. He was going ham. Mike Vrabel lost a gem there, man.
Oh, he was pissed.
That used to be my girl. Yo, that man is tight right now, but yeah. So
have you seen the video of like them telling Mike Vrabel that they traded AJ Brown?
Yeah, I told you about it.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you, so like set you up to tell.
Oh, okay, yeah, definitely. He was tight in his little snug white shirt with his tie bulging off the front of him. Oh yes, he didn't know that they were getting rid of AJ Brown. He found out like in the meeting, and that man got up and walked out of the meeting. Like, are you kidding me right now? We just got rid of AJ Brown, and then that GM got fired. So it's like,
yes, he did.
He Phil Jackson Joe. Like, I'm gonna go pick up these 2 overseas guys, ruin the team, and then I'm a dip. Zen mode. Man, hit that Usher real quick, like.
There's no way Phil Jackson would come and ruin a storied franchise. Watch this.
Not the Zen master.
Peace and blessings to you.
Right.
I'm gonna pray for y'all.
Right.
And just get them moving.
Right. Yeah, so.
But they're gonna wind up facing the San Francisco 49ers, who we watched defeat the Dallas Cowboys, which was a game, we'll say that. It wasn't the most competitive or the most interesting game, I would say that. It was a lot of.
So
Go ahead.
I feel like Dallas lost the game more than the Niners won the game. No disrespect to Niners fans. I just feel like there was a lot of opportunity there for Dallas to convert. I mean, you have the kicker who's trash, who's still being the kicker. Dak made some really forced errors. Like bro, you're throwing the ball where you clearly should know the ball's not going to make it there. Like, do something else other than the dumb stuff that you're doing. The whole Pollard injury reigned.
I feel like that took all of the energy out of that team.
Yes. And even on the kick return when old boy had a chance to score a touchdown and you run into the kicker instead of just breaking you could have went right or left. I don't care if you went left and got tackled or went right and got tackled. Just pick a way and get tackled. This man ran full. It was almost like he was running with his eyes closed, like, oh, I hit something, and
like got little Giants or something.
Yeah, fam. So it's like, and it's like I said, it's not to take anything away from the Niners because you still have to win the game, and they did win the game.
Yeah.
But I just feel like Dallas helped them win the game.
I think if you're anti-Dak, this game only helps prove your point. I feel like that's all I saw all over Twitter, all over Facebook, and everything is talking about how bad Dak Prescott is. Zeke Elliott didn't do nothing, but from what I felt like once Tony Pollard went out, it's like it felt like they threw in the towel, and the 49ers defense, who's one of the best defenses in the league, especially against the pass and the run. I feel like they weren't getting to Dak like that. It seemed like they were just leaving him in the pocket to make these decisions, and he just wasn't making the best decisions out of it. Brock Purdy is still undefeated. Our boy Big Cock Brock still has not taken an L in his career yet.
Is that his name, or that's just what you call him?
That's his nickname.
Wow.
Is it possible Brock Purdy wins the Super Bowl without ever taking a loss? If he does, what do you do with Trey Lance?
It's not gonna happen. Joe Burrow ain't going for that.
You think Joe Burrow's beating the Chiefs, and then that's what it's gonna be?
Yes. I feel like the wide receivers in Kansas City are more guardable than what they had to face in Buffalo.
Okay.
And if they're smart enough to just take away the Travis Kelce effect, then you're saying, okay, I'll let Juju try to beat me. Okay.
I feel like teams used to say that about the Patriots all the time, too. It was like, as long as Gronk don't beat us, and then Gronk always beat them.
Yeah, so, I think based on the mistakes that people have made there, you have enough film to not make the same mistakes.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes is film-proof, bro. That's the only thing. But to be fair, they beat the Chiefs last year to get to the Super Bowl.
He still has to throw the ball.
Yeah.
And ankle and the way he plays football, I don't think it's enough time for him to be at 100%. So he's looking to drop that ball off. He's going to scramble here and there, but it's going to be far few in between.
Chad Henne came in, and Chad Henne was lighting the boys up, too.
Yes, but they also kind of were successful with the run. And then once that run started getting stuffed, Patrick Mahomes went right back in the game. Yeah, so they don't have a premier back. I like Pacheco.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire is apparently healthy now.
I like Pacheco, but he's not the guy that he could put the team on his back. He is going to give you some burst here and there, but he's not the guy that's going to carry the team into a victory. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to find a way to get the ball to guys, and he has a lot of guardable receivers on his team right now.
Let's head back this way real quick, though.
Okay.
So, Eagles and 49ers, though.
Yes, I'm going Eagles, Bengals in the Super Bowl.
Who wins that one?
Eagles.
I think so too, bro. I think this might be the Eagles' year. I feel like this is a weird year because I feel like I've been a fake Eagles fan.
Went to an Eagles game.
I got a lot of Eagles gear out of nowhere, and it's I feel like I'm afraid to root for them. But it's I do feel like it might be Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl, but at the same time I can see the 49ers beating them. I feel like the way that the 49ers are constructed is exactly like the kryptonite for the Eagles, where it's just can they stop the run? And on the offense, can you run the football? And it's that's all the 49ers do is run the football. You want us to get Deebo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle, and just do Kyle Juszczyk and just do a whole bunch of nonsense?
They got enough weapons.
That's what I mean. Is that's one of the scariest units in
it's trending. Jalen Hurts is in his bag, though.
He is in his bag.
Go ahead and cover everybody. I'm going to take off for 12 right quick.
That's Nick Bosa with his Trump supporter MAGA hat will be right there waiting for it. I'm gonna show you how a white man tackles the football.
It was how many times he sacked or knocked down black QBs as opposed to white QBs, fam?
No, I
thought it was a joke, but that joint is substantially different.
How All right, but like, let's just to be fair, how many black quarterbacks are there in the NFC versus?
Which makes it a lot crazier that the numbers are so much higher. It's like,
No, because there's more black quarterbacks, right? In the NFC, in his division, he's got Geno Smith, right? So like, let's see, Seattle, Arizona, then Kyler Murray, and then who's the other team? It's the Rams, and Matthew Stafford's been out, so they've been playing the backup quarterback, who was the black kid. I can't remember what his name was.
Man was licking his chops.
So then you got Jalen Hurts.
Man had an American History X t-shirt underneath.
Dak Prescott. Why am I forgetting his name? The Daniel Jones. Tyler Heineke. Yeah, it seems to be like there's double the amount of and then you got Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers. I don't even think that they played each other this year. So
listen, man.
Jared Goff.
This is not my reporting. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you from a friend that told a friend.
I'm just saying it seems like the numbers are skewed.
Man, he's an Ohio State guy, man, but you are who you are, man. I ain't with it.
That boy. I
ain't with it.
Like, that's the only reason I'm worried for Jalen Hurts' safety, because Nick Bosa and them, they're like, show how a white man runs the football, boy.
Fine. It's like, you're going to hit that man with that Nelly, like, hey, him, out.
That was a great whatchamacallit. I forgot all about that part, because that is how whatchamacallit. Stone Cold got real humbled real quick.
So
I feel like every time Christian McCaffrey does something, I'm always like, that's how a white man run the football.
I'm telling you.
That's that boy Darius Sanders, man. Don't play with him, yeah. That's my boy.
Darius Sanders?
Darius Sanders. That's my boy. It's my favorite player in the league.
Yo, that's going to be all over Twitter. You're not going to get no credit for it.
I stole it from Twitter, so I don't give a damn.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't make that shit up. I was looking for fantasy team names, and I saw that, and I was like, oh, Darius Sanders?
That's hilarious.
Perfect.
That's hilarious. So, yeah, man. I don't know. I think that's where I'm at with
We made our picks.
Yep.
And you went with the 49ers, which gave me the Eagles, and then I went with the Chiefs, which gave you the Bengals.
No.
It was the other way around.
You went with the
Bengals.
No, I went with the Eagles, and you chose the Chiefs, giving me the Bengals.
Okay, so that's what happens.
Yeah.
So yeah,
nice try though.
I couldn't remember. I was like, we didn't look at the sheet. We just did it right before we started filming.
Yeah, I got Eagles and Bengals. You got Chiefs and Niners.
And you need to win out.
I need to win, so that the deciding game for the tiebreaker is the Super Bowl. I can feel it coming in the air tonight.
We're going to be at Roof Chris, Poppin' Chris, and on Raisin.
I'm going to be there with you.
I'm like, oh man, you can take this off of the 3 dinners that you owe me. Just don't even count as a Roof Chris dinner.
Oh man, but
they'll be like, why you fight with me at cheesecake? You know I like to go. It's a Drake bar. Oh, sorry. I could tell like you didn't know where it was going.
I did it. I did it.
But in other news though, I don't know if you saw, but Aaron Rodgers is now officially on the trade block. It's official.
So is Tom. So is Derek Carr.
No, Tom's contract's up. He could just leave.
Right. No.
Welcome to Miami. I was like, like we were talking about this coaching carousel.
Would you take Aaron Rodgers in Miami?
Over who?
What you mean? Over your starting quarterback right now?
Over Tua? Mm-hmm. I think Aaron Rodgers is better than Tua, but I don't know if I'd want the circus that comes with Aaron Rodgers, because then I feel like he blows everything else up. Mm-hmm. But would I trade? So let's say Aaron Rodgers joins the Dolphins next year, and they win a championship, and then because of that, he makes everyone else leave the team, and everything goes to shambles after that. Would I trade one championship for all that?
Yes.
I think I would.
Yes.
So
yes,
there's this thing going around on TikTok where they were talking about like the differences between like men and women and men and women's interests, and how men are so into sports, and they're like, women don't understand why men are so invested in sports, especially teams that they don't play for. So like to prove this point, they went around and they asked men, they were like, let me ask you a question. Would you kiss a wiener for one championship game from your team? And every single man was like, absolutely, not even a doubt for one championship. And then, like, of course, there's always like the one guy who's like, let me tell you what I'd do for a championship. And it's just like, oh, bro, I asked you one simple question. He was like, yo, I'd be a double glazed gladiator. He was like, yo, you turn me into a glazed donut to give my team a championship.
Not the DGG. Yo, brothers is tripping, man.
And I'm like, I think there's a lot. I don't think people realize like how long it's been since the Dolphins won a Super Bowl, but it's just like I need that, and it was like I think I would trade Aaron Rodgers ruining the rest of the team.
Yes,
you know what I mean for the championship.
Yes, everybody keep asking me, oh, do you want time in Las Vegas? Like, no, I don't want time. But if it meant you won a Super Bowl, yes, come on over, Tom. I'm sorry.
Come on over.
And I'll call Giselle and see if I can do the best I can for when you retire after this year.
All right, so but like, let's just put it like this: you're the Raiders. Mm-hmm. You can either get Tom Brady, win a Super Bowl, or you can get Lamar Jackson, and you guys would be the Buffalo Bills for the rest of the time. Not the Josh Allen Buffalo Bills, but like the ones that are always there, but they don't actually win it. But you have a team that you actually like and you enjoy watching.
I'm taking the Super Bowl.
I just want to know. I feel like it needed to be
I don't want 3 years of being a bridesmaid when I could just get hitched right now.
But it ends in divorce.
Meet me at the altar.
Do you want a stable marriage or do you want to get divorced? You are really tearing up my snacks. I don't know if I appreciate that, bro.
This man showed up with snacks today. I was just like, whoa, we popping today.
There's literally like, these are as big as the pieces that I love. And I'm like, what is this?
Look like communion in here. Apple slices. Dried apple slices. Look.
That's Christ's body?
So.
I mean, that's all we have for football, though, right?
I believe so, yeah.
So then we go
it's the end of the year.
Right over to the hardcore. Did you do your homework?
Yes.
You're at the hardwood check-in.
Yes.
Okay, so
I got 3. I don't have 5.
So our homework assignment was to come up with a list of like the top 5 players that we think will be disgruntled.
Real quick, I did see. Let me get his name real quick. Go ahead, talk. Sorry.
But it's like 5 players who are stars in the future who we can see being disgruntled and asking for a trade off the team. Mm-hmm. And so I came up with 6. I had an honorable mention, and then I had my 5.
You know this guy?
Do I know who? Yeah, that's Trigger Trey. That's Trey Moore, my cousin.
Okay, so he was asking us, when are you guys doing your All-Star rosters? What are they looking like? Yeah. So, you said that's Trey?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was his real name. But yeah, Trey, we're going to get into that for next episode because All-Star rosters don't drop. I was told that they're picking right before the game.
No. The players will be in the pool. Mm-hmm. Like, we'll know who the players are going to be in the All-Star game, but they're going to do the draft right before the game.
Right before the game.
So they're not going to have, like, a whole practice with the team and stuff like that. Like, they're going to do it, like, playground style.
Right. So we're doing Disgruntled today, and next episode we'll do our All-Star
I wonder if they're going to do it, like, live. Like, where they're, like, legit standing there and they're lined up. Because then you get to see who gets picked last. Mm-hmm. And that's embarrassing as hell.
That's hilarious. James Harden again.
Nothing was better than that year that James Harden got traded, and then LeBron was trying to get Kevin Durant to draft.
Yes.
And it was like everybody else knew what was going on.
I mean, it took Rudy Gobert over James Harden.
He said, and then with a straight face, he's like, we could always use some defense. And LeBron said, because like, KD, you gotta know, bro. You have to know.
Yes. Like, come on, man. Don't be petty.
But like, so we want to do our top 5 disgruntled players. You said you only have 3.
I only have 3.
So
I may be able to freestyle 2.
Why do you have to freestyle 2?
Because I just really couldn't come up with 2 others.
So I have mine in order as well. Like, do you have yours ranked from 3 to 1?
Yes.
Okay, so do you want to just do our top 3 and I'll just name my other people as the honorable mentions?
That's dope. Okay, I like that. So we're starting from 3 to 1, 1 being the like most likely?
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are my 3 honorable mentions that I have.
Okay.
Jordan Poole.
Okay, I didn't see that.
I feel like
because he got punched or because he thinks he deserves his own team?
I think he's going to get to the point where he feels like he can have his own team and deserves his own team.
Okay.
Because like they're going to have to make a decision this year on like what happens with the whole Draymond Green thing in the first place.
Right.
And Clay is starting to get more into Clay shape. Mm-hmm. but he's still not the future of this team. And I believe next year is Clay's final year of his deal.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's either his last year or he's got 2 years left.
So you think it's total disbanding of the Warriors?
No, because I do think that they keep Klay Thompson around, but then like they have to figure out how much money do they give him, so on and so forth. Like that becomes like a whole thing, and then like the conversation has to come up is like not only that, this guy is taking like a lot of my shots, and he's making it more difficult for me to play because he's not the way Jordan Poole plays isn't a very akin to like how Klay Thompson likes to move around screens like with Steph. It's a lot more of like standing around and watching Jordan Poole work. And I think as Klay Thompson gets older, it's only going to be harder for him to follow them around. So then they have to come to the point where it's just like they're going to sign Klay and they're going to keep him. And then Jordan Poole has to be like, why am I still coming off the bench? Why am I still sacrificing shots? Why am I doing it for this guy? You know what? It'd probably be better off if I wasn't just here. Y'all sucking the soul out of Splash Brothers so much. And they can definitely get something for him.
Okay. All right.
So that was one.
Okay.
The other one, Kawhi Leonard.
I can see that.
Of course you can. You want to know why you can see that? Because he's done it twice before already.
Facts.
And nothing would be more entertaining to me.
They just beat LA the other night.
They did. You think they're going to win a chip this year?
No.
There'd be nothing funnier to me than if Kawhi Leonard, who has spent the last 4 seasons in LA, made the biggest deal about coming there, made them trade Paul George, made them do like all this other stuff or whatever, and then for him to just be like, oh, my contract's up, yeah, I'm just going to be out. Or like, you know what, I don't even want to be here anymore, I don't like the way you guys make me rest so much, I'm just going to be out. And it's just like, and that would be it. And then everybody would be like, oh, well, Kawhi Leonard doesn't really. It's like, no, he's done it before. Why do we keep giving Kawhi Leonard passes? When he plays and he's at his best, he's one of the 5 best players in the game. Do not get me wrong.
Okay.
But Kawhi Leonard is not the best locker room person that you want on your team. And like, yes, he brought that Toronto Raptors team and they won a championship. And more power to him. Kudos to him. Everything else aside from that, it wasn't him. Like he wasn't the 1A on these teams.
Right.
That's like leading them to championships and so on and so forth, and like doing all this other stuff. And it's like he's only shown that like when he goes on teams, like they end in disaster. The Spurs are still trying to figure themselves out because of Kawhi Leonard.
Facts.
The Raptors are still trying to figure themselves out because of Kawhi Leonard.
Facts.
And someone is going to be the team that overpays and gets Kawhi Leonard, and they're just going to be the new team. It's almost like having Kyrie Irving on your team, where it's just like they're more of a distraction than anything. And then we're probably going to wind up finding out that he's going to get traded to that new team, and he's going to be like, I'm going to retire. Because like, you know,
team.
basketball hurts my bones too much. Like I don't even want to play anymore. Like, which I'm not trying to say like he's a punk or anything like that because he doesn't want to play and he's injured or anything like that. I just feel like he just does not want to play.
Ingram.
I just feel like he does not want to play.
Got a boo-boo on my toe.
And then my last person, and the only reason I put him on there is because like apparently these rumors about him already saying stuff is Trae Young.
So he was my 3rd.
Okay, you want to get into Trae Young there?
Yeah, I just feel like he's outgrowing Atlanta. I feel like a lot of the acquisitions that were made to make the team better have actually made the team worse. And I just feel like his frustrations are growing and he's focusing more on the things that are going wrong than the things that are going right. And usually that's a telltale sign for people looking to exit and probably team up with somebody else.
Do you think the things are going wrong or right because of Trae Young? Like, so I looked at the team.
I'm sorry. My bad. Kawhi was my 3rd. Trae was my 2nd.
You did have Kawhi?
Yeah, I did have Kawhi. My bad. I'm sorry.
My fault. Did you have anything that you want to throw out on the Kawhi stuff?
No, I agree completely with everything that you said. But yeah, Trae was my 2nd.
But
you'll be surprised at my 1st.
Trae Young, I feel like the team is solid and it works. It doesn't work well around him. And like my question then becomes, is Trae Young the thing that needs to go? But I feel like we're already hearing like rumblings of like, you know, displeasure and stuff like that. And like, if they don't make the play-in game, this will be like what, the 2nd year in a row they haven't made it. But then like the one time that he did make it, they made it to the conference finals. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's very up or down for him. And then like he has to look at Luka Doncic, who the guy that they traded him for, you know, having the success that he's having, and he's not having that same success. So like you have to ask yourself, is this the place for me? Number one, and then like number two, like I think actually that's it. It's like, is this the place for me? Like, can I win elsewhere? Is what it comes down to. And is Nate McMillan still the coach of the Hawks?
That's a good question. Is that the short redhead dude with the glasses?
Bald head black dude.
Oh, I'm not sure.
He used to be the coach of the
I'm
Portland
thinking of the
Trailblazers
dude who they said looked like the kid from Stuart Little.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember they said that the reason the Toronto won the championship is because Kawhi looks like Lil Bow Wow and like Mike, and the coach looked like his.
Oh, you're talking about Nick Nurse.
There you go.
Got you.
Yeah. No, so McMillan, I'm not sure.
Regardless of that, like I feel like their coach is like a pretty old school coach, and like I think DeJounte Murray, John Collins, and like a lot of these guys are fine, and like they'll try to retool some of this stuff around. Like that's what's gonna happen is they're gonna try to appease him, and it's not gonna go well, and then he's gonna be on the opposite end of it. But I know we spent a lot of time on Trae Young, so like I'll get to my third, which is DeAndre Ayton. And
Wait, this is your second of?
No, those were all my honorable mentions.
Okay.
You just said.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Two of the guys in my honorable mentions were on your 2 and 3.
All right, so you could do your third and two, and then I'll do my one, and you do your one. Okay, go.
So my third is DeAndre Ayton, and
go ahead. I'm listening.
I know you don't like DeAndre Ayton. Like you're not.
It's not that I don't like him. It's just not as advertised, man.
You don't like him.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We almost saw him leave to the Pacers in the summer, and then the Suns matched the offer, and he came back. He didn't seem too happy about coming back. And then looking at the way the team is playing now, and like obviously Chris Paul's getting older, Devin Booker's is hurt right now, and like he's probably looking at this landscape, and he's like, "Yo, listen, this is the first year of my deal. I really can't be traded right now. It's whatever."
Where does he go?
I think there's a ton of teams that would want him. I think the Indiana Pacers are one of those teams that would take him. I guarantee you, you ask Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic
You're gonna
would
leave
take him.
Phoenix to go to the Pacers?
Why not? At least they got Tyrese Halliburton. That looks like he wants to get him the ball and like do stuff like that. Like the Pacers are exciting.
Andre got to take some ownership though, man. A lot of times they're getting this man the ball, and he is acting like soft as heck down there, man.
I mean, yeah, that's a way that you can look at it. But it's like you try to tell me that like if
playoff time you retreat.
If they gave him the option to go play with Luka, he wouldn't go play with Luka.
I don't know how he fits there.
Look at everybody else who's there, and it's just like just take out Christian Wood and put in like DeAndre Ayton, and they're better.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Just grab a bunch of boards and kick it back out to Luka?
Or putbacks and like a lot of like low posts. The pick and roll between Ayton and Luka.
We'll see.
Luka's doing pick and rolls with Maxi Kleber right now. Like you try to tell me that he would rather have DeAndre Ayton, somebody who they're actually afraid of rolling to the paint.
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
That's what I mean. Is like there's places for him. I wouldn't be surprised if like we heard about him.
Yeah, but like you say, given the fact that this is the first year of his contract, people are gonna have to give up the farm to get that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This year, but I think this next coming year.
What's he on, a 3-year or 5-year?
4-year. He just signed a 4-year.
And this is the second year of the 4-year.
This is the first year. This offseason was when he tried to leave to go to Indiana.
Oh,
no.
got you.
This is the first year.
Got you. I don't know, man. That's a lot of time.
It is, but what I'm saying is like, in that time, Chris Paul is still getting older, and he's still under contract. Devin Booker is still under contract. They're falling so crazy. They've lost like 17 of their last 25 games.
Dang, that bad?
Yeah, they're like at the bottom of the Western Conference. If they don't make the playoffs, or if they are a first round exit, like what do you think it looks like next year? And it's like I would not be surprised because I think Devin Booker and Chris Paul have also come out and said how much their displeasure with him, and he's just kind of been like, meh. Like I wouldn't be so surprised if like he just like, well, you know, why don't you guys just get rid of me? Just get rid of me then. You know what? I don't even want to be here no more.
Maybe they should go get your boy.
My boy.
Rudy Gobert.
They wouldn't take that though.
Nobody wants yogurt.
Don't say nobody. There's a couple teams that would take him. Would you take DeAndre Ayton right now for Pumpkin?
Yes.
So I'm saying somebody would take.
Actually, no.
You want it.
Go ahead, get to your second so I can get to my first.
My second was Bradley Beal. I think like the whole. I think Bradley Beal's whole thing.
He's in the second year of a 5-year, right?
This is the first year of his. He just signed like the maximum. He makes the most money in the NBA now.
And
I think
Steph
Curry makes the most, and then what you call it? He makes it's a 5-year.
Okay.
He has the super max.
Yes.
He's the second highest paid player in the entire NBA.
He's stuck, bro.
But I think he did that specifically so that way, like, I got my money. This team is ass. At some point in time, like, he's going to be like, I don't want to be here anymore.
He's stuck.
And they're going to find a way to trade for him.
He's stuck, bro.
I don't think he is.
They're gonna ask too much for him.
This is you want to. You say he's
to
stuck,
make
right?
it work on another roster. You're gonna have to give up pieces to make the money work.
You say that, right? And I'll give you two examples of two guys who we said the same thing about.
Okay.
And then they got traded.
Cool.
John Wall, Russell Westbrook. Those guys got moved, and they were past their prime. And Chris Paul was another one.
But weren't they later in their contract when those deals happened?
Well, yeah, they eventually got to later. But what I'm saying is, like, those deals can be traded, and he's in a different part of his career than those two are.
Right.
Russell Westbrook, I take that back. Was they were traded for each other. Mm-hmm. They got traded for each other, and Russell Westbrook was kind of like where Bradley Beal is right now. He's coming off of doing everything that he did in OKC. He's coming off of an MVP type season, and he got traded. I think that there's a team out there who can put the pieces around that they can trade, and they like someone like a Utah Jazz, if they wanted to, can put the pieces around to make it work. Like if they gave Mike Conley and Jordan Clarkson, they could get Bradley Beal realistically cap-wise. It all comes down to picks and things of that nature.
I think it's a reach.
I'm just saying, and even if they don't trade him, the whole point of this list is players who will ask to get traded. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he's on that list of guys. Mm-hmm. If Kawhi Leonard came out and said, I'm going to test free agency, or I don't want to be here anymore, you don't think that the Clippers would ship him out for Bradley Beal if they found out they could make that deal happen?
Bradley Beal?
Yeah.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nah.
The Celtics almost traded for Bradley Beal like a year ago.
That was before you signed the Supermax.
Yeah.
Nah.
What I'm saying is somebody's going to pay that.
I don't think so.
The Hornets can put a package together to get him if they really wanted to. Put LaMelo and Bradley Beal together.
Enough money.
They absolutely have enough money. They put Terry Rozier, Mason Plumlee, and like some players around there and some picks. They can get them. They just gave up Rui Hachimura.
Yeah, they did.
They could try to build this team around.
Didn't they just get him?
It's like his third year. But that was my number 2. Who's your number 1?
Julius Pumpkin Randle.
You think he's going to ask for a trade? Has he already asked?
I can't remember. But I just feel like, so he had the 6-man year. Mm-hmm. And now this man is going off something crazy. I don't know if he's averaging between 25 to 30 points over the last 10 games.
Why do you call it the 6-man year?
Like he got most improved, right? What did he get? He got
third team All NBA.
No, but he got another award that his son presented to him.
I don't think so, bro. Go ahead, keep talking. I'll look it up.
But either way, if he was to make a move and try to maximize his commodity of himself, this would be the year to do so. I think he had like 36 the other night. Like, he's consistently going crazy right now for the Knicks.
How old do you think Julius Randle is?
I think he's like 38. I know he's not. He's probably like, what, 27?
28.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, he did play with Cole.
Who would want him?
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's his only chance to get to another team where he would be satisfied would be now because of the way he's
You were correct. He won the most improved player.
Most improved player. Right?
Most improved player and All NBA second team that year.
There you go.
Not third team. I thought he got third team.
Right. So you couple that up with what he's doing now, and this would probably be his last shot to try to get a payday. Mm-hmm. And at 28, you said he is? This would be his last chance to get a payday.
Who's paying them?
Somebody will pay him.
That's the question. What is the price?
It doesn't have to be nothing crazy. He doesn't have to be no Supermax. It doesn't have to be like no 4-year deal.
What would you take back for Julius Randle?
It depends on the team. Like what?
Nah, I'm not asking you that. I'm like, what level of player? All right, here's a different question while you think about that one.
There you go.
So the Knicks are pretty decent this year, right? They're like sixth
place.
6th place?
7th, because I think Miami jumped us when they beat the Celtics.
Yeah, Miami's on a crazy streak right now. All-Star game's coming up. Mm-hmm. We're going to do our All-Star rosters, right? Mm-hmm. Do the Knicks deserve to have 2 All-Stars?
ask me questions I can easily answer. Yes.
Why would they, as a 6 seed, you deserve 2 players?
Why not?
All right, so like Milwaukee, who are their all stars?
They have, of course, Giannis and Middleton.
Middleton hasn't played like all year.
There's still, if you're asking who their 2 best players are, that's what
That's
I'm going.
not what I asked you. I said who are their all stars.
Okay, so it's just him.
Okay, so the Bucks, one of the best teams in the East, get 1.
Mm-hmm.
Boston Celtics, they get Jaylen Brown and Tatum.
Yes.
76ers, they get Embiid and Harden.
Yes. No, just Embiid.
So Harden doesn't get in, but they're better than the Knicks.
Yes.
The Heat, they get Jimmy and Bam, or just Bam?
Just Bam. I'm going just Bam.
So then, I'm trying to think who's the 5th seed that I'm missing. I was trying to move down. Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
They get Durant and Kyrie?
Just Durant.
Yeah,
No,
he's
Durant
dead.
and Kyrie.
And he's dead.
He's dead right
Look,
now?
Kevin Durant, he's been hurt for forever.
So just Kyrie then.
You're giving Kyrie an all-star vote.
That brother's been killing it the last month, bro.
He's been killing it the last 2 weeks, and I think you're thinking that it's a month. He gets an all-star for 2 good weeks?
I've seen worse.
Like who?
Vince Carter.
What? That's a wild sentence. What are you talking about? Vince Carter's disgusting.
No, I'm not saying he's not, but he did have that one season where he was injured the entire season, but they still voted him in. It was him and a few other guys it's happened to. It's happened before, bro. It's happened before. Kyrie can get in off.
You would give Kyrie a vote, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
So when we do our things next week, you're going to have Kyrie Irving on.
Don't try to preemptively get my list rocking. You asked me a question, I answered it. You asked the same question again.
Of the top 5 teams in the East, 3 of those teams that you said only get 1 player. Why do the Knicks get 2 players? Don't look at nothing.
I'm not looking at nothing.
So answer the question.
All right, ask the question again.
See, that's why I told you stop looking at your phone, because I knew you wasn't even listening to me while I was talking.
Ask the question again.
Yeah, I took it. I like that.
I was trying to look up something. Go ahead.
I said, if out of the top 5 teams in the East, 3 of those teams only get 1 player, why do the Knicks, the 6th team, get 2?
Because we're the Knicks, baby. It's been tough.
If you could only pick 1 All-Star, who gets the All-Star nod?
From the Knicks?
Yeah.
It has to be Julius Randle.
So if there's 2, who's the second person?
It's between Jalen and RJ.
You think RJ Barrett deserves a vote for the All-Star game?
If you're asking me who the second guy is, those are the only 2 guys that I'm looking at.
Would you give RJ Barrett an All-Star vote?
Yes.
You think RJ Barrett is the way he's
You're asking me if I'm going to give him a vote? I'm going to say yes. I'm biased. Yes, I'm giving RJ a vote.
Okay, as an unbiased person, do you think RJ Barrett has been playing at an All-Star level this year?
I think RJ has done a lot better from last season. And I hope he continues to grow.
So he can win Most Improved. Does he get an All-Star?
Did Julius go to an All-Star game when he won Most Improved?
Yes.
Why would he not go to?
He also made second team All NBA. Is RJ Barrett second team All NBA level?
Third?
What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? You think RJ Barrett is one of the 15 best players in the NBA right now?
Yeah. I cannot be unbiased.
Yes, you can. Be honest with yourself. Stop lying.
I can't, man.
How you gonna
My
be
Knicks
real
are
when you
doing
ain't
so
even
good.
real with yourself?
Listen, man. I am being real with myself, and I feel like
You're smoking bass, bro.
I feel like if I say something crazy right now, my guys is gonna go from 6th place to 10th place, and it's gonna be all my fault.
It's your fault right now. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh man.
Would you put in RJ Barrett over Kyrie Irving?
No.
You should, because he's playing more games. Like, yo, what logic are you going with?
No.
Oh my God, what are we talking about right now?
No.
RJ Barrett is nowhere near close to the 15 best players in the NBA.
Okay. I'm sorry you feel that way.
Why do you feel that way? Explain to me why RJ Barrett is one of the 15 best players in the NBA.
Name 15 better players than RJ Barrett.
The entire New York Knicks roster aside from RJ Barrett.
I knew you. It was a rhetorical question. I knew you was gonna say something mad
Do
disrespectful.
you really want me to give you 15 players that are better than him? Because I was like, I can.
No, it's easy. I know you can. But it would only have to be out of the East, though.
Okay, I can still do that.
Well, listen. All right, so the Knicks are in 7th place.
Now it's 7th place. That's
8th place.
Yo,
No, we were in 6th. We're in 7th. We're in 7th because the Heat. I said the Heat jumped us.
No, I need
So
this.
that means
I need
if
this
you-
concrete now. You just talking.
All right.
I'm talking.
So you're saying if you took 2 All-Stars from all of the teams that were ahead of the Knicks, that only gives you 12 people.
The Knicks are the 7th seed.
Okay. The 6 teams that are ahead of that, you couldn't even name 2 All-Stars on 6 of those teams that are ahead of the
I
Knicks.
couldn't name them. You couldn't name them.
Okay. Your point is that there's not 2 on many of those teams, so why do the Knicks get 2 All-Stars?
Right.
So that means you can't find 15 guys within those top 6 teams. So once you get
But
to
there's
that
15 teams in the conference, not 6 teams.
So there's teams that are trash that you would still put on the All-Star team. Take
Yeah.
a player off there. Okay, who?
Paulo Banchero, LaMelo Ball,
LaMelo Ball?
Pascal Siakam.
LaMelo Ball, who's played less games than Kyrie Irving, is going to an All-Star game.
You're right, but he's definitely better than R.J. Barrett.
LaMelo Ball, who's played less games than Kyrie Irving, is going to an All-Star game for
He's
you.
not, but I'm just saying. that
Okay,
he's a
all
player
right.
that's
So
better
don't
than
be
R.J. Barrett.
trying to... Okay, what...
Pascal Siakam.
When's... Huh?
What do you mean, huh?
Okay, listen. I'll give you a fair assessment of saying between the top 6, you have 8 that we'll say a number is 8.
Okay.
So you got to fill 7 spots. I'll give you Pascal. You have 6 more spots to fill.
Out of the top 8 teams.
Huh?
Out of the top 8. Out of the top
No. You out of the 6 that are ahead of the Knicks.
Yeah.
We figured that there was about 8 guys, right?
Uh-huh.
Because you said they don't all have 2, which would make 12.
Yep.
We're gonna knock it down to 8.
Okay.
All right, I know you love challenges like
Go
this.
ahead.
So you have 7 spots of teams behind the Knicks, which is 8 on down,
Okay.
to find 7 guys.
Trey Young.
Huh?
Trey Young.
Okay.
DeJounte Murray.
No.
What do you mean no? He's put
DeJounte-
up. DeJounte Murray's put up better numbers than R.J. Barrett.
Okay. 5.
Tyrese Halliburton. Miles Turner. Let's see. Nah, not DeMar DeRozan. Zach LaVine. Bradley Beal.
Zach LaVine,
Yep.
who's been dead for like the last month, right?
No, he was dead in the first month, and then he's been playing recently because he's trying to get traded too. And he's been putting up
I
numbers.
could agree with that one. I could agree with that one. So so
Bradley Beal, Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Pablo Banchero.
no, you're just naming people. Pablo.
Yes, Paulo Banchero, the rookie of the year, is looking like whatchamacallit, is a better player than R.J. Barrett right now.
So you're just literally looking at the teams and naming their best player.
For the most part.
These guys are not all-stars.
But they are. They should be.
Okay, let's start over because I want to be honest about this. So you
I'm
guys
being
said-
honest too.
All right,
How does this feel, Mitchell Robinson over Rudy Gobert? How does this feel right now?
just listen.
Uh-huh.
Knicks are 7th. Go again. Any team after 7th. We'll end on this. I know because we've gone off on a tangent. All right, you have 7 people. All right, go ahead, go. Because I missed a few and I don't want to act like the count is not legit.
Trey Young.
All right, 6.
DeJounte Murray.
I don't agree, but I'm going to give you DeJounte.
Tyrese Halliburton.
I don't agree.
What's wrong? Who leads the league in assists? And is like top 15 in scoring? What are you talking about? What's wrong with Tyrese Halliburton?
He's top 15 in scoring,
He is top 15 in scoring.
and he leads the league in assists.
He leads the league in assists.
Okay, if those are factual numbers, I'll give you that. You have 4 left.
Okay, Pascal Siakam. Well, you already had him on there,
I
right?
don't agree.
What's wrong with Pascal Siakam?
I don't agree.
He averages like 26 and 9. What's wrong with Pascal Siakam?
I don't agree.
Last year was All NBA 13. What's wrong with Pascal Siakam?
I don't agree.
Fred VanVleet,
No!
Scotty Barnes.
I'll give you Scotty.
What? Oh,
I'll give you Scotty.
the logic is bananas.
Oh,
All right. Paulo Banchero,
I don't agree, but I'll give it to you because you're
Franz
saying
Wagner,
Huh?
Franz Wagner,
Huh?
the star player from the Orlando Magic. Franz Wagner,
No, I understand. He had that 1 month where he was cooking.
Bradley Beal.
No.
Why not Bradley Beal?
No.
Why are you just saying no?
Because I don't agree.
Why don't you agree?
Because Bradley Beal is not an all-star right now.
Also, like, is this the thing? Like, you have to agree with the things that I say. It's not just give me 8 players that are better past, what you call it? Jalen Brunson.
No. Below the Knicks. Below the Knicks. Below the
This
Knicks.
all started because I said the Knicks
just
could
get
only
your last
have
two.
two
Just
All-Star.
get your last two. Come on, man. Don't go off on a tangent from the tangent.
The rest of them don't. Whatchamacallit? They don't. What's the word I'm looking for? They haven't played enough games and they don't deserve All-Star consideration. Because
Okay.
the last two teams are the Hornets and the
So the
Pistons.
last two that I didn't agree with was Pascal.
Which is absurd. I'll pull up Pascal Siakam.
Wait, hold on. And Jalen Brunson.
Yep.
So you just barely made 15, and one of those players came from off the Knicks roster. So you don't think RJ can't squeak in?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Because it's only 12 players in the All-Star game. What are you looking at me like that for?
I'm waiting for you to pull up these numbers for Pascal.
Let's see. Where's his... This season, 25.2 points, 8.2 rebounds, and 6.5 assists.
Let's see.
This man is averaging a 25, 8, and 6.
That's what's up.
What are you talking? What do you mean? What's up? RJ Barrett. Says you want to go.
I was so trying not to get to this point.
I was gonna say you brought it here. 20 points per game.
Okay, solid.
5 rebounds.
Solid.
2 assists.
Solid.
How was 2 assists solid?
Solid. 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 Solid.
You're smoking bass, bro.
Solid.
RJ Barrett does not belong. You said a minute ago he should be on the All NBA third team. They're the 6th seed. What the fuck are you talking about?
They're the 7th seed.
Drew Holiday should get in over RJ Barrett.
Oh, come on now.
Why should he not?
Disrespectful.
Brooke Lopez, who's looking like a defensive player of the year candidate, deserves to be in over whatchamacallit.
This brother's disrespectful. This brother's disrespectful.
Hold on, let me just pull this out real
He
quick.
didn't name no Pistons.
No, because they're the last seed in the league, and whatchamacallit. Cade Cunningham's been hurt, so let me just. Oh my God, there's a whole team that we forgot about. The Cleveland Cavaliers.
I didn't forget about him. You forgot about him.
No, when we were talking about the top 5 teams, it was just like I was like, "There's a team I'm forgetting." The Cleveland Cavaliers, Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, and Jared Allen.
Yeah.
At least 3 of those guys are getting in.
Yeah, that sucks. I'll say at least 2.
At least 2. So you think the Knicks get 3, but the Cavaliers don't get 3?
I didn't say the Knicks get 3. You asked me to name 2. I said I'm going with Julius and I'm going with RJ.
I just wanted to see real quick. Who are the top vote getters in the Eastern Conference? Mm-hmm. And I was trying to see if he was on there. There are 2 Knicks on here. Mm-hmm. Who do you think those 2 Knicks are that got votes?
Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson.
One is correct. The other one isn't.
Julius Randle's correct.
Is correct. That's the correct one.
Is it not RJ Barrett?
It's not RJ Barrett.
And it's not Jalen Brunson?
It's not Jalen Brunson.
It's not Obi Toppin.
It's not Obi Toppin.
It's not Emmanuel Quickly.
It's not.
It's not. Who is it?
Derrick Rose
Fam, all right, man.
is ninth in guard voting.
Come on, we gonna end this segment, right?
LaMelo Ball
Let's go
has
end
more
this.
votes.
Let's go end this segment.
DeMar
man.
DeRozan got more votes.
Let's go end this
You were gonna pick RJ Barrett over James Harden.
Let's go ahead and end this, man.
Yeah, you want that spoof shit. You want that Franklin Saint boy. You smoking nuts,
Derrick
boy.
Rose.
Yeah,
LaMelo Ball's played 7 games.
Derrick Rose is getting the guy who you were talking about was Tracy McGrady, by the way, not Vince Carter.
There you go. My
It's
bad.
Tracy
I'm sorry.
McGrady.
My bad, Vince. My bad, Vince.
Whatchamacallit. But like Derrick Rose is definitely getting the Tracy McGrady treatment, where it's
Yes.
like he's a fan favorite
Yes.
more than his actual play. But it's the fan vote.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, like, after the first 10 people are voted in by the fans, then it becomes the coaches. Ain't no coach in their right mother fluffing
just so you
mind
know.
is taking RJ Barrett.
Just so you know, if RJ gets named as a reserve, I'm still taking it as he made the team.
I will bet you $200 that RJ Barrett does not make the All-Star team.
I'm not betting any money. Not betting any money with you. Get your.
I will bet you. What is the biggest thing that you can get at least?
No, I'm not ruining RJ's chances. I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna gracefully gloat in front of the camera when he doesn't make it.
A week's worth of hot table lunches. RJ Barrett will not make the All-Star team.
No, because you'd be the one to be like, I always get 3 large paninis for lunch.
I don't know. five hot table lunches.
No, I can't do it.
3.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Ladies trying to talk me out of a car salesman. No, get away from me. End this segment, please. End this segment, please.
How about we just make a fair bet like this? RJ Barrett does not make the All-Star game roster at all.
Okay.
You have to come on here and say that RJ Barrett is garbage, he's trash, and we should have traded him for Rudy Gobert.
I will never say that about you, RJ. End this segment. End this segment. I can't take the pressure. I can't take the pressure.
If the Washington Wizards offered you Bradley Beal straight up for RJ Barrett, would you take it?
No.
And all the money you wouldn't take. All right, guys, it's been real talking to you. I hope you guys. I'm sure anybody that actually stuck around this long will have a lot of comments. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and please be vocal and leave your comments in the comment section. We will see you next week for episode 73. Good Lord, what are you talking about, bro?